Cut it out and redo it.
Okay.
Okay. You doing the intro?
Who wants to do the intro? I don't mind.
Okay.
Have you pressed yours?
Yep.
Okay.
Take 1000.
1001. Hey everyone, we're just tuning in for our first session of our podcast. We're going to call it the send-off.
I'll send you off.
You will send me off, I'm sure. You keep me in line, that's for sure.
It's a good name, actually.
Yeah.
The send off.
We probably will get sent off
Who came up with Andrew?
of Instagram and Facebook and all of those platforms, YouTube, because we're not
we might get cancelled.
we might get cancelled and sent off for either language or content about what we're talking about.
What are we talking about? LGBTQI plus?
One.
No, we're not talking about that. I don't want to be sent off early.
No, we'll try and behave for our first one.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to talk about? What's happened this week that you want to talk about?
This week?
This?
Well, it wasn't this week, last week. Yeah, the send off. It was the send off.
It was the send-off.
You watch it?
Yeah. I watched till half-time and then I had the shits because we were losing, so
So what did you think of the send off?
I thought it was ridiculous.
So let me set it up for any football players that don't play.
So we're talking about the origin.
Yeah, State of Origin, New South Wales versus Queensland, game one.
Mm-hmm.
How many minutes in? It was 5 minutes, maybe. 5 minutes in, Reece Walsh, the big superstar who paints his nails. And do you think he's pretty?
No.
Okay, he's not pretty.
Not to me.
I don't have any opinion on it, to be honest. I think he's a bit of a poser, but that's just my... I'm in a wheelchair, so I can call everyone a poser. So he gets the ball, he's running back, it looks like he's slipping, and the guy was already launched into his tackle. So if you haven't played football before, it looks pretty nasty in slow motion.
Mm.
But in fast motion, I think it wrecked the game, to be honest. What do you reckon?
I don't believe he should have been sent off. I just thought it was, you know, the game. If we're going to sit back and look at things like that, then there's not going to be a game.
So
you can't be afraid to make a tackle. And to get sent off, like, okay, maybe say, head high, whatever, like shoulder charge, whatever.
Yeah.
But to be sent off in an origin match, not even just an ordinary weekly game, was ridiculous. It was over the top.
Yeah, because what's your team?
In Origin,
NRL,
West Tigers.
Oh, well, in Origin, who's your team?
And New South Wales.
Okay, you can stay. I grew up in Tweed, so I was right on the border of Queensland, New South Wales. And I went to a Queensland match up in the Lang Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nearly got killed. We were shouting.
Because
we were shouting New South Wales, and they're just hostile up there. It's back in the 80s. No, late 80s maybe.
Well, I turned the game off at half-time because I was so furious about
Hang
the
on,
score.
Can I tell you a story on that one? So we were getting in a limo. We caught a limo with all my mates, and we put an esky in the middle, and it was cheaper to get that than get on the coach. So one of my friends came up with it. So we went up, watched the game. New South Wales lost. We're in the limos right at the front. Jumped in, and idiot that I am, rolled the window down. I haven't used electric window. I was pretty excited. Electric window.
Fancy.
Okay. I could see a statue of Wally Lewis. I hated Wally Lewis. So I said, Wally Lewis is a wanker, and I yelled it right out. Beer cans, bottles were just landing on the back of the limo.
Oh no.
And if we didn't get away, I reckon they would have flipped the limo over.
Shivers.
They're crazy animals up there.
Out.
Yeah. So anyway, the send off, I think it should have been 10 in the bin and on report. On report.
More than enough.
You think that's would have kept the game?
It would have kept the game going.
Yeah. Well, he got up straight away. That's what really annoyed me.
Yeah. As soon as the call was made to send him off.
It is a contact sport.
Absolutely.
Do you think do you think it's? I'm finding it. I can't watch it when it's getting like that. I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it when they just over the top with their penalties.
So what do you enjoy about football, like rugby league?
About football, rugby league? Well, from a female perspective,
yeah.
Well, the males, to watch them running around.
Well, their pants are getting tighter.
Yes. No, but I grew up with rugby league, like, and that was my way of connection with Dad, because
Yeah.
Dad was into watching rugby league, and then, you know, like, a way of connecting with my brother as well. So yeah, for me, it's just been something I've grown up with, and
Part of the family.
part of the family,
Yeah,
and
okay.
and you know, back when I was a child too, like, it was a very masculine sport, and
Yeah, it was,
like my dad and his generation were very like masculine, and you know, you got to be in the rugby league to be a man, and you know, all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Not that my dad ever said those words, but yeah, like, so I've always enjoyed it as a way of connection with my father.
What about female rugby league? You watch
Yeah.
any games?
I watch it sometimes, but I don't watch it as much as the males.
To be like, I thought I wouldn't like it, but the state of origin was good between the girls. They played really well. It was a lot more skill.
It's good too that they're televising the females now,
Yeah.
like the female game.
So, but anyway, as long as we don't water down the male product, I'm happy.
Oh, me too.
Knock
Me
Reece
too.
Walsh's head off everything. Do you know what I said? As long as Reece Walsh gets knocked, I didn't mean unconscious or hurt, just had a humiliation, I would have been happy. Because I hate the Broncos as well, to be honest.
You hate them.
Yeah, I don't like Broncos.
I've never gone for the Broncos.
Go Dolphins. They're the only... Cowboys.
Actually, they've been doing pretty good.
I think they're on top of the ladder.
Yeah, they've been doing really good.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
That's enough footy.
Okay, that's enough footy. Taking the beanie off.
Yeah.
Props out.
All right. Guess Melbourne yesterday. So you've been to Melbourne?
Have I been to Melbourne? Yes.
So we're talking about energy costs now. I have quadriplegia. I live in Orange, and I'm always like Orange. I have to have my heating going, otherwise I get really cold because I don't sweat.
You can't regulate your body
Yeah.
temperature.
Yeah. So I don't even look at my power bills because it kills me. So guess how much renewable energy was used in Melbourne yesterday
Just for one day?
for one day.
I'm not
It was
sure.
cloudy and there was no wind. Have a guess. Give me a percentage. How much do you think renewables? I will tell you, it wasn't
23%.
2%.
2%?
2% of Melbourne's energy was
Oh.
from renewables, and they've got so many wind farms, solar farms, and houses are just decked out with solar. So
where is it going?
nowhere, because nothing was getting generated because it wasn't windy.
Because it was cloudy, or?
So you can imagine if we get rid of all the coal or gas, Victoria's trying to get rid of gas, but now they're changing tact and they actually gave their first gas lease to go drilling again for gas. So we've got an abundance of gas, an abundance of coal, abundance of nuclear energy, and we're a bunch of retards for not using it, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
Are
I
you
was
gonna
going to
say
say, I
Melbourne's
don't... No.
Coal's retards?
No. But I don't have solar on my house.
I can say retard because I'm disabled.
You say whatever you want.
Yeah, okay.
This is the send-off. So I don't have solar panels on my house because I looked into it several years ago, and because I wasn't at home during the daylight hours, all
Yeah,
of that
but-
energy was going to go back to the grid, and I wasn't going to reap any of the benefits of having it.
Yeah.
It's probably changed now because they've got batteries and stuff that can store your solar energy. But have you got solar panels?
Yeah, I think they're not big, but it didn't change. Same problem.
It hasn't changed.
I wasn't here. No one was here during the day to. Like if it's sunny, and you're using your hot water, the big ones, hot water and heating.
Yeah.
In Orange, so up north it'd be cooling. Yeah, so if you're not at home during the day, it doesn't make sense, does it?
No, and
Probably my fridge would have been the only thing that would have been benefiting.
mm,
But they're actually
And-
they're charging people for feeding too much into the grid now. I think they're jacking up. Anyway, I don't know.
but what about the solar panels themselves? They don't last very long. They've
Yeah.
got a relatively short lifespan. They're not going to last you a lifetime.
I think
That's what I'm
it's-
saying.
Yeah, I think after 10 years they start really deteriorating.
That's what I thought, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
So then they're going to go into landfill,
Yeah, no one talks
and they
about.
don't break down.
You know, and they don't address that.
And this is the issue I have. We're
Yeah.
trying to make the planet, better, and as far as I'm concerned, that's not being better, putting that into
Yeah.
landfill. It's like those electric cars.
Yeah. Well, I'll put a link on this thing on the send off.
Mm-hmm.
It'll have a link to some stats, so I'll put that on there. So look in the description. I'll put some stats for you skeptics out there, and get some real science behind you. And let's vote the idiots out. Let's send Albanese off. That's a send off from me.
There's a send off from you.
We're
Get rid of him.
We're screwing up a beautiful country. Like, we've never been. I feel like from where I grew up, I don't know about you. I'll let you comment. But I feel like I've never had more prosperity. If you work hard, it pays off. But everyone's whinging though, and I don't get it.
Mm.
So, any thoughts on that one?
About whinges,
No, just how we're living
how we're living, and
The
the cost of living.
in this. Well, don't think about forget the last 5 years maybe. Pre-COVID, everyone's gone crazy since COVID.
Everyone has gone crazy since
So
COVID.
pre-COVID, if you worked hard, you could get ahead. Energy costs were low,
Yeah,
food costs were low.
the cost of living has gone up. It's skyrocketed, and the trouble is, the wages have not gone up to match that,
Mm.
have they? Like, the usual CPI increase is 3%,
Yeah,
but wages haven't gone up 3% for
Yeah.
everybody.
and the dream of owning
And-
your own house has just disappeared
That's right.
for this generation.
Cost of rent is actually generally higher than the mortgage
Yeah,
repayments, but people are having to rent because they can't get a loan to buy a house because of the actual whole purchase price of a house. I just don't know where this ends. I
yeah,
really
and you're a sole trader, so
don't.
you have hard to get
I-
a loan, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't get a loan at the moment as a sole trader to buy a house because I don't have a guaranteed income.
Yeah, I find
However,
that-
I'm booked
yeah.
out months in advance, but because those clients can back out at any point, it's not a guaranteed income. And yeah, it's very, very hard.
that'd be the same
for
for
people to
every
get
sole
ahead.
trader.
Mm.
Like the
Unless
bank-
they've got yes, because once they turn from sole trader to company,
Yeah.
then that's easier, they can get a loan because it means that their income is higher.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just
Have
very,
you got
very
a solution?
difficult.
Like, the banks are making billions of dollars every quarter.
Mm.
So what's a solution we could give to the banks for sole traders? I think that'd be a good.
I don't know what the solution is at this point in time. Like, the trouble for me is on my side of it rather than the bank's side of it. I am the one paying all of my bills off of my one income,
Yeah.
and I'm doing that now because I'm still on a joint mortgage with my ex-husband.
Yeah.
His name is on the paperwork, but everything I'm paying for.
Yeah.
But by taking him off the paperwork, I
Yeah.
then can't get the loan for the same amount as what I'm already paying.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we fix that. I mean, I can prove
What
it because
about
it all
if they-
comes out of my
What if
bank
they
account.
look at that you've been paying all your bills, you have a good credit rating.
That's the other thing.
So
I don't even have a credit card.
Yeah.
I have whatever the top credit rating is because I've rang the bank,
Yeah.
but I still can't get a loan.
So they're just too black and white. I think, see, I'm old enough to remember when you used to talk to the bank manager,
Mm.
and that was much better. Like
So much better.
the bank manager, do you remember, well, you're a bit younger than me, but did you ever...
I'm a fair bit younger than you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, I can dye your hair grey.
It's already grey. I use the black dye to dye it.
As soon as your hair goes grey, but you just look old.
Yeah, I was looking pretty old last week before I dyed it.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Banks were run so much better when they were run by individual managers per branch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be a good way to go.
But now you've got to talk to someone on the phone that's 3 states away and has no idea who we are as an individual. Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Anyway,
Cool.
drink break. We better check that that's recording properly too.